That's a lot of hoops to jump through on top of the fact that, like, Bradley Beal likes being here.
Gerald,
Yeah.
it's Bradley Beal Day.
Yeah.
You want to run us through the disclaimers, the things that you need to say before we get into these deals?
So for starters, I hate Trade Machine Tuesday now because I always hate it because you're talking about real people's lives and having to uproot and stuff. But this isn't going to happen. Like, these Bradley Beal trades are not going to happen.
They might, though.
It's not.
They
and
might.
it's for a couple of reasons. The reasons are, A, he's got the no trade clause, so he can kill any deal that he doesn't want to do.
Bastard.
B, he's owed $50 million, $54 million, and $56 or $57 million player option for the next 3 years. So very few teams are going to want to welcome that into their cap book.
Yeah, but you've got a couple guys that are overpaid on this list too, so we'll talk about it.
I mean, we do, but and then also, like, just the fact that as a second tax apron team, the Suns are still, their hands are tied in terms of what they can do in terms of not being able to take back more money than they send out. We've covered this, not being able to aggregate player salaries so they can't trade multiple players. It makes it really tough. And when you look around the league, about 1/3 of the league is in the first or second tax apron, which means they won't be able to take back more money either. So if you're making a trade with them, you have to loop in a third team. So that way those two teams in the apron are not taking more money back than they're sending out. So that's a lot of hoops to jump through on top of the fact that, like, Bradley Beal likes being here. He was really excited when he got here to be on a contender. And I know that didn't work out in year one, but I don't see him as the type of guy that's just going to be like, well, trade me to Philly or trade me to Orlando because I don't really want to be here anymore. It's not going to happen, but I want people to understand why it's not going to happen and what actual trades would look like and why they're so unlikely, because a lot of people still don't understand this second tax apron stuff, which I get. It's confusing. But I've gotten a lot of questions about, well, why don't they just trade Bradley Beal? Why don't they dump him? Why don't they do this and that? We're going to walk you through why and why it's just not going to happen.